What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Eazy from Lions Nation Unite in the Woodward Heavyweights, and I am here live with my guy Micro Mike. Some wrong with your mic, Mike?
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, I
oh,
was just
I
chilling on the side over there. What's up, man?
I thought there was a cool background.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I'm being stared by myself. Super excited here to talk some Lions football.
Yes, sir. This is the man that crawled so we all could walk here at LNU. Mike Kimber, aka Micro Mike, aka kicking it with Jared Goff and Rory and the boys.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Got to have some fun. It's been a tough week with touch, so got to have some fun, right?
Yeah, dude. That was weird because obviously great win, but that's honestly I could have let myself spiral into a little bit of depression with that one if I kept
Dude, I
avoiding it.
didn't sleep that night. I don't know
Yeah,
about you. I like to watch Lions highlights and watch how, especially Lions kicking the butt out of the Cowboys. That's something I really enjoy.
yeah,
But I didn't want to look at highlights. I wasn't feeling good. I'm like, oh man, this is a gut punch.
yeah, man. It's not good. I mean, I guess we could kind of start with that stuff. We got to trade for someone, right? I mean,
Yeah. Why?
okay, yeah,
I mean,
okay,
we had to trade somebody when Marcus Davenport went down because they're expecting to have him for the season. Now Aiden Hutchinson is down. The Lions definitely got to get some bodies in here. Look, I'm cool with bringing up people from the practice squad or signing other practice squad players. I think that's fine. But it's not realistic for the rest of this season, right? We're a team that's trying to win a Super Bowl. So we can get through some of these games for sure because we're a great team. But it's when we're facing the 49ers or if we're facing Minnesota in the NFC Championship or something like that. So I think it's really important that the Lions do look to get a pass rusher. And I don't know who they'll get, but they need to get somebody to fill that role a little bit for sure.
yeah, I'm with you too because I don't get us wrong or mistaken us. This is still a playoff team. It's still a very good team, the number one offense in the league. But I just look at a common trait of Super Bowl champions. It's a demon tier pass rush, man. It just really is. From Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, Aaron Donald, Von Miller. Von Miller once again with DeMarcus Ware when you have the Broncos. You had Justin Tuck, Michael Strahan, Jason Pierre-Paul. Every Super Bowl champion in the last 10 years, you point to that defensive line and you can find some studs on there. It's just, I think it's
You
something we
have to
got to
you
do.
You have to pressure the quarterback. And when you're in the playoffs or in a Super Bowl, guess what? The quarterback probably on the other side is really good. So
Yeah.
you got to do that. And that's the part of it. Now, we got a great interior defensive line. I'm not worried about that. I think Joshua Pascal will do fine. But we just need to get another pass rusher. And again, this is just week 6? This
Yeah.
happened. And so we still got a lot of football left. There could be more injuries. So we need to get some players on this football team. And again, if you make a trade for, say, like a Trey Hendrickson or somebody else, it's not like the player potentially would just be here this year. They could be here next year as well. So this is not just something just for 1 year. So the Lions could make a deal, get a player, and think about not just this year, but next year as well. Say they got a Hendrickson. Imagine Hendrickson and Aiden Hutchinson, right? That would be a great combination next year. Or if they want Trayvon Walker, whoever they get, you
Mm-hmm.
still got some options for the Lions on this defensive line. So, yeah, they definitely got to make a move.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you said that perfectly. Is I think people are looking at it as just this year, which kind of I think this is the year to cash in on Super Bowl for sure. But maybe a second one next year. Yeah, yeah. Combine Aiden Hudson to that line, it'd be insane. So
We
I'm
need a
100% with you on
dynasty.
that. It
Why can't
honestly, I
Kansas
agree.
City have a dynasty? Why can the Patriots have a dynasty? Let's the Lions dynasty begin, win the Super Bowl, and then next year, I mean, you look at the cap, and if they do get another player, you're even better than the team. Say if we win a Super Bowl this year, we're better probably next year, talent-wise, than this year. So keep it up, man. Let's get these players on here.
I'm with you. We gotta do something. We gotta grab somebody. Speaking of that defensive line, Alim McNeill inked a new deal, 4 years, 97 million, 55 of it guaranteed. Mike, what's your reaction to that?
Thank God it got done. And I love the leadership of this team. Look at all the players that they have paid. Unlike other teams that have holdouts and they're having contract disputes, we pay our guys. I
Yeah.
love Alim McNeill, and this is exactly where he was going to get paid. I did many Alim McNeill videos before the regular season started, and it was around, I thought it'd be a little bit more. Well, 24.5 is around each year. That's
Yeah.
not bad for what he's producing on the field. Say, oh, this is way too much. No, it's not. It's not at all for such a great young player like Alim McNeill, and the price is only going to go up. Say Alim McNeill has, I don't know, 8 sacks by the end of the year. Do you think it'd be smart to sign him now or after the end of this year? You're going to be paying a lot more by the end of this year, so we're good to get it done right now.
Yeah, we're living in an era where some defensive tackles are getting paid
Yep.
upwards of like $29-30 million a year. And I
Yep.
think with DJ Reader, obviously with Aiden Hutchinson, he projected to do numbers regardless, but I still think he cashes in on that. I mean, he's got 3 sacks in a year already. And like you said, Mike, we're only in week 6. Like
Yeah.
he's going to get some more. 2 of those sacks came just last week against Zach Martin, who's like one of the better guards across the National Football League.
Yeah, 100%. He's just getting better and better. And it's same with Levi Muzurike. Having a talent next to him, and same with DJ Readers, open it up for Alim McNeill. So that's why you want to get it done now, because it's a good possibility he could explode, and it would be even more. And Alim the Dream McNeill, love him that he's in Detroit. Not mad about the amount of money that he got, because we got the money, folks.
Yeah.
Let's keep it 100. We have the money. We're still great in cap. It's unbelievable how well they do these contracts. It's unbelievable. And it looks initially high when it comes out, and then a couple months later, you're like, yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you too, man, like I know we kind of went over it already, but that's another reason why I want to make that trade this year, because you spoke on how like good the cap is right now. We are losing guys to other organizations every single year, whether it may be Ben Johnson next year. This previous year, we lost one of our pro personnel guys to the Washington Commanders. Mike Disner's constantly getting recruited out of here to become a general manager elsewhere or president elsewhere. Like, this is a very much a collaborative effort. Like Brad Holmes is definitely the man when it comes to making those selections in the draft. But in terms of like managing these cap space and stuff like that, there's other people that come into play there, and we just can't guarantee they'll be here beyond this year. Yeah, we are a good team.
Can't guarantee that 100%. You don't think that after this season, that NFL teams that are looking for personnel are not going to look towards Detroit? We have one of the best abilities to draft in the NFL. We have one of the best rosters, if not the best roster in the NFL. We did the turnaround really quick. All the players that we draft stay on the team. A lot of organizations are going to be looking at the Lions internally at how they do and operate in the draft. So they're going to be poaching some personnel, like you were saying, and it's very possible. I mean, you probably could lose 2 coordinators this offseason, right? Ben Johnson's going to be highly coveted again. I hope he stays because he loves Detroit. But Aaron Glenn's going to be coveted as well, what he's doing with this defense. Let's just go all in. Let's get a guy. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Max Crosby, but gosh darn it, let's get this. Let's go to the Super Bowl and let's win it. Let's not play around. We got, and let's keep it 100 about draft picks. Everybody's worried about draft picks. Look, of all the players that we drafted in this last year's draft, how many are playing? Because our depth is so amazing. So if we have 7 draft picks next year, it's just gonna. Some of these guys aren't even gonna make the team. It's just the realistic. I mean, you got Rakestraw, who's a backup, our 2nd round pick. Giovanni Manu is learning the game. Broderick Martin, who we got last year, hasn't even played yet. There's a lot at stake here, and giving up some capital to get a player who's going to help the Lions win a Super Bowl this year and potentially the next couple makes all the sense in the world.
Plus, I mean, look at the way we acquired some of those draft picks. Jameson Williams, you gave up pick 32, 34, and like 66 to go and get.
Yes.
You essentially made that level trade for an unproven commodity at that point. Why can't we do it for a proven commodity? Even Terry Arnold this past year, we gave up our 1st round pick and a 3rd round pick to move up to get him. We're already exchanging draft capital to acquire these guys. I just don't see the issue with going and getting someone. I hope Brad's thinking the same thing. I guess we'll find out shortly. Dan Campbell spoke a little bit on it yesterday, but he also kind of trolls. I feel like I feel like he knows what he's doing with the media, like twirling things up.
You can't believe when somebody says what they're going to do or not going to do, because you got to understand these folks like Dan Campbell or Brad Holmes. If you put out there, yeah, we are looking for edges and we are desperate. Okay, there goes all your leverage.
Yeah, exactly.
So you go up there, nah, we good, man. We're going to go ahead and look
Yeah,
internally. That's the way it should be. And I think every team should be like that. If he came out there, yes, we need an edge. I would say that is the worst thing ever done. It's like, okay, that player went initially could have been a second round pick. It's going to be a first round pick. Thank you. Appreciate
yeah.
you for being so desperate. Even though the NFL knows we need an edge, they also understand that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, they just don't give stuff up to give stuff up. They're very, very hard headed in that way. And so they're going to get a player. And I do believe they'll have before the NFL trade deadline.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I think it needs to happen personally. Now, here's the hard question before I let you get going. I appreciate you joining me to do this. Can the Detroit Lions, if they don't make that move, can you still see them making and or winning a Super Bowl with the roster as is?
Is our defense right now, this year's defense, better than last year's defense? That's a question for you. What do you answer?
Man,
Even with Hutchinson right now, without AJ Hutchinson, do you think
yeah,
that the Lions defense this year is better than last year?
honestly, yeah,
I do too.
yeah,
So the answer is yes. I know we lost Hutch and it's going to hurt, but we also have the two best safeties, the safety tandem in the NFL with Kirby Joseph
those
and
guys.
Brian Branch making plays. We have a very good linebacking core, very good interior defensive line. Our back, even I know a lot of people has given a lot of issues to Terry and Arnold, but the issues of flags can be corrected.
Hmm.
Something that we're seeing from him is he stays with the receiver every single time and he fights. That's a great sign for a young corner. So I feel
Absolutely.
like the Lions cornerback position with Carlton Davis, Terry Arnold, this defense is much better than it was last year. And we got to an NFC championship game. And the reason we didn't make a Super Bowl was mistakes by Josh Reynolds, Jameer Gibbs, and Kendall Vildor. So I think we can 100%.
I'm with you. No Josh Reynolds. You got Tim Patrick now.
He's
No
better.
Kendall. Well, Kendall Vildor is there, but he's as a reserve guy. You
Yep.
got Terry on. You got Ray Straw. You got Meek. You got some of the other guys you put in that position before you're down to Kendall Vildor in that spot. If you aren't comfortable with having him there, I still kind of like Kendall Vildor. That's just one bad play. He still
Yeah.
was pretty solid.
Yeah,
There's more.
he's a number 5. I don't mind Vildor at all. And a lot of people's like, you want Vildor in the team? Is a number 5? Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
He can come
absolutely.
in there. He's got great experience. Is he the greatest? No, but he is a backup. He's not a starter. I
Yeah,
mean, we seen Terry and Arnold go down, or we seen Carlton Davis go down in games so far this year, and the defense doesn't even change. So
right.
nothing changes. So stick with what we got. And a lot of people don't like Vildor because of the crazy odd play that took place in the championship game. But he
Yeah,
is a darn good player. He's a darn good player, at least for a depth wise, not obviously starter, but depth wise.
yeah. I mean, we won our first playoff game in 30 years with him as your starter. He's your fifth guy now. That's a
Yeah,
plus for sure.
yeah, 100%. And you look at like the upgrades too. Everything that Brad Holmes did has really been an upgrade. We thought losing Jonah Jackson may hurt. Hasn't really done it. Graham Glasgow stepped up the last game. Jonah over there has been injured, and he's
Yep.
played multiple positions, right? He's been a free agent bust for the Rams. You look at the Lions, we're just going to go ahead and let Josh Reynolds go, and he's done good over there in Denver, I thought. But Tim Patrick is an upgrade. It feels like he really is.
He is,
Everything
man.
that he does, it seems to be working, and we may not agree with every decision, but the Tim Patrick move is paying dividends right now for this
Yes.
offense.
Yeah, I tried telling a lot of people when that happened, it wasn't a move that he got cut because he would couldn't produce. He got cut because he was due like $15 million or something like that. And they just couldn't afford to do it. The state of that franchise is in. They're not gonna do anything this year. Maybe they will. I mean, I don't think they will, but some people think they can make the playoffs. I don't think that's the case. You just couldn't afford to pay that guy that much money and not know what to expect from him. Luckily, he wanted to win a ring, so he came here. You know what I'm saying? No big deal.
And then our offense, look at this, number 1 in the NFL.
Mhm.
It's not a coincidence that the emergence of Tim Patrick's really held this offense, because having him on the field, it just makes everyone else open up, because he's a big guy who's great at route running and he's catching everything. And
Yeah.
Jared Goff is now targeting him. So now defenses are like, oh crap, we got to defend against this guy too.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, best offensive line in football, best duo running back in football. Jared Goff playing at a hell of a level.
Oh
You
yeah.
can't stop it, man.
You can't. I and I'll let you go. I apologize, but just I'm looking at like I think maybe one of the best defensive coordinators in football right now is Brian Flores, and he did his
Yeah.
presser yesterday, and they asked him like, this is a really good offense. Where do you plan to attack it? He's like, yeah, they can't. There's no weakness. They got great receivers from 1 through
Yep.
3. They got a great tight end. They got the best running back duo and a damn good quarterback right now too. A great offensive coordinator to go along with it. There is no weakness in that offensive line, or not the offensive line, but the entirety of it. I didn't even mention the offensive line that little bit there too. But yeah, Tim Patrick.
Zero. There's nothing bad for the Lions offense.
Yeah,
Everything is good.
Yep.
Like,
it's crazy.
and the reason why he can't defend and why you can't stop it is because we have a running game that cannot be stopped. We are bigger, stronger, and faster than every team. David Montgomery is playing at a all-pro level right now. Like, this guy, you can't take him down.
No.
So it's impossible to stop that. When you have an offense you gains 5 yards a carry and first down.
Yeah.
Like, how do you defend that?
And
They
who's
can
blocking
kill
ahead
you.
of them at times?
I was looking at the game last week. I'm like, they literally could hand this off every single play and get a touchdown on every drive. And I was thinking, you know what? They could pass this on every single play and they could get a touchdown drive.
Dude, look what happened in the overtime game against the Rams. They just kept pressing the same button. It was like Madden.
Yeah. It was epic, man. It's epic. And I do think the Lions win this game on Sunday as well, by the way. I think the Lions go to 5-1. I think they're the better football team. And I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one too. I don't know if we had time for a little preview, but yeah, I think I look at that matchup, and I don't dismiss them like a lot of people do.
No.
I think they're a good football team, but I think the difference in us is exactly what you just said with running that football. Like, you can scheme up everything you want, but when it's man on man and you got a Penei Sewell in there and a David Montgomery, brother, there's only so much you can only pray at that point. Like really. And then if you commit everyone to stopping that run, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Tim Patrick, the list goes on and on.
Sam Laporta, like, you pick your poison. We're just bigger, stronger, and faster, and that's a problem for the Vikings. But I got to say, the Vikings got a great offensive line, and that's one of the reasons why they're doing so phenomenally. So, but we're getting pressure up in the interior of the defensive line, and I feel like if we do that with Sam Darnold, Mr. Sam Darnold's going to go back to being Sam Darnold. And I think that's probably what they're going to do there. They're going to continue. And this is something that the Lions have been really good. And I got to give Aaron Glenn a massive, massive shout out for this. First off, all year they've contained the quarterback. They're definitely looking for sacks, but they're getting a lot of interior pass rush from the interior defensive line. And it's making it hard for quarterbacks to stand in the pocket. Then they're and we're doing contain. So it's forcing them to throw, even if maybe their wide receivers aren't open a little bit, because we have such a sticky coverage. And that's why I'm hopeful about this game here. But it's going to be a tough game. Minnesota's a darn good. They're a good team, good offense, good defense. I just think we're better.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And when they throw that football back there too, we got Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph waiting.
Couple interceptions and these guys are playing at such a high level. They're seeing the whole field. They're reading the quarterback. I mean, 3 interceptions. They've been interceptions every game. It's like interception. And I expect Sam Darnold to throw an interception or 2 in this game for sure. They'll get a couple interceptions.
That's where I'm at with this one too. Mike, man, anything else you want to promote? Anything you got coming up that you want to let people know before you go? And thank you again for joining.
I'll be actually live for the game at Saugatuck Brewing Company on Sunday. So come on down if you guys want to see a live stream play-by-play commentary. We're going to be at the bar there. They got the bar. They got booze. They got games. They got food. So come on down on Sunday. I'll probably be there about noon.
Hell yeah. Was that out in Grand Rapids? Or
it's Saugatuck. Michigan. Yes, it's about 15 minutes from my house.
Okay, so that's not too far.
West side, West Michigan.
West side. All right, Mike, I appreciate you joining us, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Comment down below who you got winning the game, who you got as your MVP, or just matchups you're looking forward to. I'm Eazy. That's Mike Kimber, a.k.a. Micro Mike, and we are out.
You got to tell them no. You got to tell them no.